the case to prioritize community versus some traditional paid media channels can be tough because I think if you're comparing them apples to apples when it comes to acquisition, you know, community is not going to win. It's going to be a hard sell. And it's because it does take time, resources, investment in cultivating, this community of customers. But I do think in the long run, it's a sustainable way that you can build, a uniquely ownable community program for your brand that nobody else can replicate. So I'd recommend first just defining what success looks like for you, and knowing that it might not just be revenue or it might not be new customers, but looking at some other indicators of engagement or growth that could be looking at your social media followers and how that might increase, or how engagement might increase as you roll out some community marketing tactics. It could be looking at referral data, or maybe eventually investing in and looking at some social listening tools to understand what types of things customers are chatting about and at what frequency. And so I think just it's important to know that your KPIs will look a lot different than, what your paid Meta or TikTok KPIs look like. And so I think first just defining and knowing that some of these metrics might change, but setting expectation around what success looks like, I think is really key to making the case for why community should be an investment for you and your team, and then also seeing if it's working. So when I worked on and built the ambassador program at Rent the Runway, at first, actually, the metric that I was tracking was new customers and promo code redemptions. And after the first semester, I quickly realized that that was not the right KPI to look at. There were many reasons, but one of the big things was, college students didn't know what Rent the Runway was. It was a pretty tough sell. We knew that it would take time for somebody to actually, move down the marketing funnel and make a purchase with us. And so for the following semesters after that, made a pivot to look at some more brand awareness metrics, specifically email collection, and then building up our dedicated college on campus Instagram account, because we knew that, again, going back to this idea of building a relationship with our customers and community, conversion, yes, that was the ultimate goal, but wasn't the only goal. And some of these other things like event attendance. So how many events did ambassadors have on campus? How many people did they reach and engage with? How many new social followers do we end up getting from some of those initiatives? Those were some examples of other metrics that we were looking at that I think gave and painted a more holistic picture of the success of the program. And eventually, what was amazing after doing this work for a year, we did see that impact in new customer growth too. And so that ended up being a byproduct of this work. But it was important for us to make that shift of this is not a sales program. The purpose is to build brand awareness and trust on campuses. And we want our core metrics to reflect that. Reducing dependence on traditional paid media channels. And I've seen that just through the work I've done with some of my clients as a trend of, diversify your marketing channel mix. And I think thinking about community and just more broadly organic and brand marketing tactics as a complement to the paid marketing and growth marketing work that you do is really, really critical. Maybe 5 years ago, growth in paid marketing, that was really the focus and directive, but things are changing. Marketing budgets aren't as big as they used to, and you have to be really intentional about where you're spending your dollars. And what I like to think when thinking about the trade-off between paid marketing and community marketing is thinking about the quality of those interactions. Seeing an ad when you're scrolling on Instagram, it is very one-dimensional and one-sided, whereas community really allows you to build that relationship. And although, immediately it can be a tough sell when you think about the scale. And of course, Meta and TikTok, that it gives you the scale and reach that you might be looking for. But in order to honestly, I'm trying to think about the best way to frame this. I recently actually saw this meme of it was somebody on somebody's shoulders, and I'll have to send it to you afterwards because I'm definitely not reflecting it. But I think knowing that, or best representing it, but I think knowing that community and paid marketing and growth really work together. And unfortunately, if you're only investing in, Meta and TikTok on paid ads there, it's only going to get you so far. You might not see that conversion that you're looking for. But if you complement that with brand and community building work, that is, building awareness about who you are, getting people to go deeper and understand what you really care about and what you do. I think it helps. I think it all helps, especially when it comes to conversion. So I'm not making the case very well there, but I think really thinking about quality and sustainability of the leads and customers you're getting is key here. And I've seen community marketing and organic marketing really pay dividends down the road of driving this sustainable growth and creating this flywheel of word of mouth recommendation referral that is tough to replicate when you look at paid media. I had